Hello everyone, I am K. Sadashiva. Welcome to my channel KLR Educators. Thank you all for supporting me in running my channel. I need same kind of support from your side to run my channel successfully. In our previous lecture, we discussed about the British conquest of Mysore, First and Second Anglo-Mysore War, and how the British defeat the Mysore in the Second Anglo-Mysore War. So today we are going to discuss about the third and fourth Anglo-Mysore War between the British and the Mysore, and also the significance of the Tipu Sultan. Third Anglo-Mysore War. So this war took place between 1789 to 1792 AD. After death of Hyder Ali, Tipu Sultan was made the king of Mysore. Soon after the death of Hyder Ali, after the second Anglo-Mysore War, his son Tipu Sultan was made the king of Mysore. By this time, Mysore became weak with the first and second Anglo-Mysore War. Soon after the defeat in the second Anglo-Mysore War, the Mysore became weak in terms of army and also in terms of economy. That's the reason why their foundation was completely broken. By this time, Lord Cornwallis became the Governor General of Bengal. So earlier in the second Anglo-Mysore War, the Governor General of Bengal was Lord Warren Hastings. So Warren Hastings was replaced by Lord Cornwallis. So again in the year 1789, the Mysore and the British fought with each other, in which the Mysore got defeated in the hands of British. So in the year 1789, when the Mysore army again clashed with the British, they got defeated in the hands of the British. After this war, their territory was reduced. So by the end of this third Anglo-Mysore War, the territory of Mysore was reduced. Treaty of Seringamapatnam was signed between the British and the Mysore. Soon after a war, as you know, the policy of the British, they will sign a treaty. This time they signed Treaty of Seringamapatnam. This is a picture of Third Anglo-Mysore War between the British and the Mysore. Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. So Fourth Anglo-Mysore War took place in the year 1799. Now the Mysore was fully weakened by this time because after the third Anglo-Mysore War, their territories were reduced, their army was reduced. That's the reason why now they were completely weakened. Lord Wellesley became the Governor General of Bengal. So again, Lord Cornwallis was replaced by Lord Wellesley and he became the Governor General of Bengal. And he is also known for his policy of subsidiary alliance, which was used to annex the Indian territories. So Lord Wellesley used a policy called as subsidiary alliance, which we will be discussing in our upcoming videos. He used this policy of subsidiary alliance to annex the Indian territories. He asked Tipu Sultan to sign subsidiary alliance, but Tipu Sultan rejected his proposal. So here, Lord Wellesley asked Tipu Sultan to sign the subsidiary alliance and become an ally of the British, for which Tipu Sultan rejected. Now the Mysore was attacked from the two sides. The Nizam from the east and the British from the southwest attacked Mysore. Here you have to understand, not only the British but also Nizam were responsible for the defeat of the Mysore in the fourth Anglo-Mysore War. Finally in this war, Mysore was defeated and the Tipu Sultan died at Srirangapatnam. So finally after the war, Mysore was completely defeated and this territory of Mysore was completely annexed into British by Lord Wellesley, and Tipu died after this war. Later Mysore was annexed and made a part of the British. So soon after the fourth Anglo-Mysore War, when the Mysore was defeated in the hands of the British, this Mysore was annexed into the British territories. After conquering, the British made a king from the old Wadayar dynasty, which was ruling earlier. So before the Mysore Sultanates, there was a dynasty known as Wadayar dynasty, which was ruling the Mysore. So the British made a king from the old Wadayar dynasty and they will now work under the British. So the king, whoever is installed by this British, they will work under the British. One of the pictures of the fourth Anglo-Mysore War, in which the soldiers of the Mysore were brutally killed in the hands of the British. Significance of Tipu Sultan. Here we will try to understand what was the important contribution that was made by Tipu Sultan and also his important role in development of the Mysore. Tipu Sultan introduced calendar, coins, standard weights and measures. His main contribution was introduction of the standard weights and measures, improvisation in the field of agriculture, trade and commerce. So he also focused in the development of agriculture, trade and commerce. Abolished custom of giving jagirs. So here Tipu Sultan avoided the custom of giving jagirs. Organized and trained his army on European lines. Same as his father, he also trained his army on European lines. And one thing you have to remember about Tipu Sultan was, even he knows that he will be defeated in the 4th and 3rd Anglo-Mysore wars, he never surrendered himself in front of the British and he never signed subsidiary alliance. That's the greatness of Tipu Sultan. One of the images of the Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan supported the French in setting up Jacobin clubs. Jacobins were radical extremists who were controlling French government in 1792 AD. Their period of rule was known as Reign of Terror as they executed people who were against them. So the period in which the Jacobins were ruling in French was known as Reign of Terror. Why? Because they executed all the people who came against them. Plantation of Tree of Liberty at Srirangapatnam. So in order to show the symbol of liberty, he planted a tree at Srirangapatnam. Tipu Sultan granted funds for repair of Srinagari temple and installation of image of goddesses Sharada. So here you can understand how secular Tipu Sultan was. That's the reason why he granted funds for the repair of Srinagari temple and also installation of image of goddesses Sharada. So the welfare of the people as well as the protection and expansion of territory were the main principles of Tipu Sultan. So what were the main principles? Welfare of the people, protection of the territory and also expansion of the territory. So these were the main principles of Tipu Sultan. So these were the important contributions that were done by Tipu Sultan. So with this we have done with our lecture. So thanks for watching my video. Please don't forget to like and share and subscribe my channel. If you like my video, please give a like and share these videos to your friends who are preparing for many competitive examinations. And also please subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed still. So thanks for watching my video. Thank you all. Jai Hind.